you. Hasten to make peace with one another, and forgive your brethren their sins. For he who is not inclined to make peace with his brother is wicked, and will be cut off, because he is the cause of dissension. Part with your ego in every way, and do away with mutual grievances. Be humble like the guilty, though truth be on your side, so that you may be forgiven. Do not feed your vanity, for those who are bloated cannot enter the gate to which you have been called. How unfortunate is the one who does not believe in that which has come from the mouth of God, and which I have set forth. If you desire that God should be pleased with you in heaven, unite with one another, as though you were brothers from the same womb. The one who most forgives the transgressions of his brother is the more honorable among you. Unfortunate is the one who is obstinate and does not forgive. Such a person has no part in me. Be very fearful of God's curse, for he is holy and jealous. An evildoer cannot attain nearness to God. One who is arrogant cannot attain nearness to God. A wrongdoer cannot attain nearness to God. He who is unfaithful cannot attain nearness to God. Every such person who is not jealously protective for the sake of God's name cannot attain his nearness. Those who fall upon the world like dogs, ants, and vultures, and find their comfort in the world, cannot attain nearness to God. Every impure eye is far from him. Every impure heart is unaware of him. He who burns for his sake will be delivered from the fire. He who weeps for his sake will laugh, and he who cuts asunder from the world for his sake will find him. Befriend God with a true heart, full sincerity and complete eagerness, so that he too may befriend you. Have mercy on your subordinates and your wives and your less fortunate brethren, so that you too may be shown mercy in heaven. Become truly his, so that he too may become yours. The world is home to 1,000 evils, one of which is also the plague. So hold fast to God with sincerity, so that he should safeguard you against all calamities. No calamity visits the earth until there is a command from heaven, and no affliction is alleviated until mercy descends from heaven. So, you would be wise to take hold of the root rather than the branch. You are not prohibited from having recourse to the necessary means and appropriate remedies, but you are forbidden to rely upon them. Ultimately, the will of God will prevail. Complete trust in God, if one has the strength for it, is greater than all else. An essential teaching for you is that you should not abandon the Holy Quran like a thing forsaken, for therein lies your life. Those who honor the Quran will be honored in heaven. Those who give precedence to the Quran over every hadith and every other saying will be given precedence in heaven. Today there is no book on the face of the earth for mankind except for the Quran. The sons of Adam have no messenger and intercessor but Muhammad, the chosen one, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him. Endeavor, therefore, to cultivate true love for this Prophet of glory and majesty, and do not give precedence to anyone over him, so that in heaven you may be counted as those who have attained salvation. Remember, salvation is not something that will be manifested after death. On the contrary, true salvation exhibits its light in this very world. Who is the one who attains salvation? Such a person is he who believes that God is true and that Muhammad, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, is the intercessor between God and all his creation, and that under the heaven there is no messenger equal in rank to him, nor is there any book equal in status to the Quran. God did not desire that anyone should remain alive eternally, but this chosen prophet lives forever. To keep him alive forever, God has ordained that his spiritual and law-giving blessings would last until the day of resurrection. Finally, as a continuation of his spiritual blessings, God has sent unto the world the promised Messiah, whose advent was essential for the completion of the edifice of Islam. It was necessary that the world should not come to an end until the dispensation of Muhammad had been granted a spiritual Messiah, as had been endowed to the Mosaic dispensation. This is indicated in the verse, اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم. Footnote: Guide us in the right path, the path of those on whom thou hast bestowed thy blessings. Surah Al-Fatiha, chapter 1, verses 6 and 7. End of footnote. Moses was bestowed a treasure which earlier generations had lost, and Muhammad, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, was bestowed the riches which the dispensation of Moses lost. Now, the dispensation of Muhammad has replaced the Mosaic dispensation, but it is thousands of times higher in status. The one sent in the likeness of Moses is greater than Moses, and the one sent in the likeness of the son of Mary is more exalted than the son of Mary. Just as the Messiah, son of Mary, came in the 14th century after Moses, the promised Messiah appeared in the 4th century after the Holy Prophet, may peace and blessings of Allah be upon him. And he appeared at the time when the condition of the Muslims was similar to that of the Jews at the time of the advent of the Messiah, son of Mary. Footnote: The Jews unanimously believe, in accordance with their history, that Jesus appeared at the head of the 14th century after Moses. See Jewish history. End of footnote. I am that Messiah. God does what he wills. Foolish is the person who wars with him, and ignorant is the one who objects to his works, and considers that they should have been otherwise. He has sent me with over 10,000 brilliant signs, one of which is the plague. So, in these calamitous times my soul shall intercede only for such a person who sincerely enters my allegiance of Bai'at, and wholeheartedly follows me, and submerges themselves in obedience to me, to the extent that they relinquish their own will. O ye people who consider yourselves members of my community, you will be counted as such in heaven when you truly tread upon the ways of righteousness. So, offer the 5 daily prayers in such fear and with such complete attention as though you were actually beholding God Almighty. Sincerely observe your fasts for the sake of God. Let everyone who is liable to pay the zakat do so, and anyone upon whom the Hajj has become obligatory and who face no hindrance ought to perform the pilgrimage. Do good in a handsome manner, and discard vice with disgust. Bear well in mind that no action of yours which is empty of righteousness can reach God. Righteousness is the root of all goodness. No action that is rooted in righteousness will go in vain. It is inevitable that you should also be tried with various forms of anguish and misfortune, just as the faithful before you were tried. Be on your guard, lest you should falter. So long as you have a firm relationship with heaven, the earth can do you no harm. Whenever harm befalls you, it will be from your own hands, and not from the hands of your enemy. Even if you lose all honor on earth, God will bestow eternal honor upon you in heaven. So do not forsake him. You will certainly suffer pain, and many of your desires will not be fulfilled, but do not lose heart in such situations, for your God tries you to see whether you are steadfast in his path or not. If you desire that even the angels should praise you in heaven, then endure beating and remain joyful. Hear abuse